Hi, this is Frank McStrange from the Gunt Brothers, and I'm listening to Geoff and Whisp every morning on 108.9 The Hawk.
A Poseidon Radio production.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Take a deep breath and relax. It's all going to be fine.
Wakey, 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 wakey.
The Geoff and Whisp Show. Oh, in your eyes, the light, the heat. I feel complete this morning.
With me?
Me.
Oh, you feel complete with yourself.
Wisp,
right.
the Dad, and the Holy Ghost. We're all here together. It's me. But, you know, Geoff the Angry Man Garlock across the table from me. It's very exciting to have you.
So in your scenario, you're holding up a boombox to yourself.
100%.
You are both Ione Sky.
I am
and the
the
kickboxing clash-loving master himself.
Lloyd Dobler.
Le Dabbler.
Now, here's the thing about that movie, and you may not know this, everybody, but 6:02, good morning, Valverde. You're waking up, you're getting ready to go to your slob job, and you're tuning it right here to 108.9 The Hawk, and you are getting the Geoff and Whisp Show. But here's something you may not know about that.
Is this something you may not know, Sigmund?
This is, but I don't need a sounder, Scotty, our producer behind the glass over there. I don't need
Too early for a sounder.
Too early for a sounder. We don't want to frighten everyone as they're getting up and they're already depressed going to their jobs. But, you know, my good best friend in the entire world, Cameron Crowe.
Oh, my
When he was doing that movie, he was showing me some early cuts of the scene. He was trying to figure out what song to put there. And I'm like, have you thought about Motorhead's Ace of Spades?
That would have worked.
He's lifting the boombox. He's like, if you want a gamble, I'll show you how to play. And then Diane Court would have poked her head out of her little bedroom window, and she would have said, Lloyd, how did you know my favorite band was Motorhead?
And then Frasier's dad would get out of that bathtub.
Yep.
Wait, he's playing video poker in the bathtub.
It's the same character. It's the same. He's got the recliner. He's got Eddie the dog. It's
he either goes from his recliner to a bathtub or a bathtub to a recliner.
Yep.
I mean, I can imagine.
The sister of Frasier and Niles. Everybody doesn't know that, but
People don't realize that.
If only Cameron would have listened to me, I'm just saying it was a great movie. Everybody loved it.
Maybe the Criterion edition, we can get that.
Maybe we can get that. I'm just saying.
If I was a good best friend with Cameron, and I know I'm not. I know I never will be. I know I never could be.
You're never even going to be in the same room as him.
But just picture this. Do you let me know, as a good best friend of Cameron Crowe, if this would seal the deal on maybe just at least an office working relationship. Lloyd Dobler, he picks up his boombox, raises it to the sky. Ione Sky crying, because in my version, she's just Ione Sky. She's not the
Diane
character.
Court.
No, she's not Diane Court.
Okay.
My God, not. And she's like, what is that song? Oh, Black Betty, Ram-a-lam. Oh, Black Betty, Ram-a-lam.
Oh, you want a little Ram Jam in your...
I mean, do you think Ram Jam would get her back over to the dumpster?
I don't know. I am going to get Cameron on the phone. And I'm going to say,
him on the horn.
You know, this has to be some anniversary in the movie.
This might come in the 7 o'clock hour. We might get Cameron. Scotty, can we work on getting Cameron?
Scotty, can we do that? Okay. We are having a great time down here at the Geoff and Whisp Show. What'd you get into this weekend? Anything exciting there, Geoff? What'd you do?
Bowling.
Oh, that's
Candlepin bowling, of course. The only place that you can do candlepin bowling is in the Northeast and in Valverde.
Now,
we are the only ones who
tell the listeners here, these slobs, as they're putting on their overalls, their flak jackets.
Oh, my God.
Their steel toe boots.
Oh, my God.
What is candlestick bowling?
It is, instead of normal bowling pins, you make them very skinny.
Is it candlestick or candlepin?
It's a regional thing.
Okay.
It depends on what region you're in. And weirdly, in Valverde, we go back and forth every 5 feet if it's candlepin or candlestick. And it looks like just weird little sticks, still white, still with the red stripe. And then you got to have a little tiny ball.
Oh.
Just like a little tiny ball.
Little tiny ball.
Little tiny balls.
Good name for the game if you guys wanted to do any sort of change. Now,
by the way, that's where I actually was Little Tiny Balls.
Were you down at Little Tiny Balls? That is the best bowling alley in Valverde.
It's the only candlestick bowling alley owned by Angus Young from AC/DC.
Love it.
And their motto is, you may like big balls, but we like little tiny balls. Here at Little Tiny Balls, candlepin, candlestick
and
bowling.
we've got the littlest Balls
Balls
of them all.
all.
So are you in a league down there? Is that anything exciting like that?
Oh, I'm in
Or
the
you
Flappers League. Oh,
Okay.
So that is the biggest problem is because, Flappers, as we know, one of the best chicken wing joints in all of Valverde, only been droned 15 times by Wisp himself, and don't do it again, Wisp.
We'll see.
But our league, we do well, but everybody is always slipping those little tiny balls out of their hands because their hands are just covered in sticky chicken wing juice.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever flavors they got. And of course, they've got lemon poppy zest, which is essentially lemon window cleaner sprayed onto a chicken wing.
Multi-use. That's what we in the
Multi-use.
business refer to as multi-use.
As seen on TV.
As seen on TV. I'm the scrub daddy.
And we were fighting against the scrub daddies.
Were
And
you
that's the thing. It
going-
was a
oh,
goddamn
well.
fight at Little
See,
Tiny
I am
Balls.
a psychic, Scotty. I told you I was.
God.
My weekend was pretty laid back. Went shopping with my good best friends, the horn section from the group Chicago. And I took them to some horn stores right here on Horn Alley in Valverde. And I said, boys, we got to work on this sound. I gotta hear, when I hear you play your horns together, it's like a portal is opening into another world, and I just want to jump into that world.
And that world is a world that is not atonal.
Oh,
it's just a beautiful sound, but over in our world,
God,
we're stuck. And you think by the 36th record,
38,
of the Chicago,
38,
the 38th
these guys have
Chicago
30
Transit Authority record.
Now,
They
just to let
still
you
have
know,
not gotten those goddamn horns down.
2 of those records are Christmas albums. I think 14 and 28 were Christmas albums from Chicago.
My God.
What's going on?
And then they have 14 best of albums.
Well,
But 13 of those are just Christmas songs. So it's a best of their Christmas albums. And it's all atonal. It's all painful. And I'm glad you're trying to help them out. Did they get helped out by down there in Horn Alley?
We tried. We went down to Horn Alley. Every horn they tried. Horrible. Terrible.
Oh, my God.
Terrible. Worse than the last one. I said, I guess we're just going to have to stick
French.
with
Terrible.
Yeah.
Flugel.
Oh,
Terrible.
Terrible.
Baritone sax.
Oh, the worst.
Got the worst.
The
And then
worst.
Kenny G came in. He said, I'm never going to stop practicing.
Plays
And
from
you're
the
like,
side.
all right.
Side of his mouth.
Side of his mouth.
Really quiet. Really loud microphone. That's the Kenny G style. Oh, my God. We got a lot going on today on the Geoff and Whisp show. But I got to tell you one thing I heard about all weekend long was all of the horrors going on down at Muskberg Industries, of course, over there in Valverde East. A lot of those workers revolting. Now, I don't say they're not protesting. They are literally revolting. They are like pitchforks and the weapons that Muskberg
It is
Industries...
Frankenstein's monster situation.
It truly
down there.
is. So who better to talk about the situation? Zooming in right now, ladies and gentlemen, Elaine Muskberg. Oh my God. There you are, Elaine. Hi,
There she
Wisp
is.
Turlington here.
Jeff the Angry Man Garlock.
Hello. It is so wonderful to have the opportunity to talk to you two.
It is so good to have you here, Elaine. And my first question that I have written down here, how are we going to stop these damn revolts happening? Is that how you say it, Scotty? Do you say it's
Revolts.
a revolt?
Also, really just jumped in. Not first question. How you doing today? Are we feeling good? What did you have for breakfast?
How are we going to push back on your people? Because sometimes you got to stomp them with a boot, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there are a lot of workers at Muskberg Industries right now that, that are just unfortunately operating with the illusion that this is going to go anywhere. And, I think that to me, this is just kind of, I think we're seeing the natural result of doing business on Earth at this point.
Oh, that's all it really is. That's all it really is. Quote right there for sure.
Yeah, the thing is, on planet Earth, in the United States and on other planet Earth countries, we have something really evil called labor laws.
Oh,
my
don't
God.
get me started.
Yeah, and these workers are unfortunately under the illusion that we should comply with those. And, so we have decided to relocate our workers to...
Really?
We've decided to relocate our workers where we don't have to deal with these nuisance labor laws to a really spectacularly beautiful location where workers have tons of opportunities called the Moon. Heard of it?
Wow.
Heard of it? Yes, I have actually. Thank you for asking.
Now,
that is amazing. Fantastic.
Elaine, well, I'm really shocked here because knowing of you, this is the first time we've ever spoken, and I do have to say, everybody in Val Verde, the drones that I strike every business with, and that I strike down all of my enemies with, where do you think those came from? Muskberg Industries, baby. Randall down at Muskberg, he hooked me up with one hell of a deal on 200 of the most powerful drones. These are drones the U.S. government was bidding on, and I'm like, nope, this guy needs to get them. And so you're telling me that you can't drone the workers into submission? Like, don't you have a good robot army already in place at Val Verde to kind of keep the business here? Because I got to say, our economy could certainly use it.
Oh my God, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a change in approach for us because as you have been saying, we have been drone striking our workers for years. That has kind of always been the default.
Because you're an innovator. You've always been known. I mean, that's why I thought you were like the hottest member of the Silicon CEO community because you just knew, I'm going to focus on drones. This is the future. And I was always like impressed with the Muskbergs. Just like
Yeah, it's I think our workers were talking about striking, and we're also talking about striking. We are striking them with drones, and
strike them off the face of the earth if you can.
It's a strike for strike situation, and we are making progress on the AI technology to replace them, as much as we can. But we find that there's, kind of like an extra ingredient that we haven't been able to replicate with AI in our products. And we have an entirely AI workforce, which is just that little bit of magic that is a human suffering. There's just the products that we make similar to, maybe how food is made with love. They say there's just like an extra little sparkle when we throw some human suffering in there. And so we've decided to keep at least 25% of our workforce human.
Okay.
But to do that, it's looking like it's not going to be realistic for us to do business in Val Verde anymore. We are going to need to go to the moon where there is no federal minimum wage, no health insurance, none of these other onerous requirements for innovators like myself. The workers, will certainly have the choice if they want to voluntarily relocate to the moon or participate.
You're putting it in their court. You're putting it in their court.
You're really putting it in their court if you get right down to it. Now,
and if they say no, we just drone strike them. I mean, we have an NDA. We can't really
now
have
you
them
are
just
talking.
leaving the company,
No
so
way.
This is why you're the innovator. Because other people, other CEOs, I'm just going to say it. They don't understand. They try to hide that they're not trying to embrace human misery. But you got to understand that that's what makes America great. Like, that's what makes it just roll. That makes America on that hamster wheel just keep on going for that pellet. It's just a little bit of suffering.
Yeah, and we, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. All I was going to say, Elaine, and I just talked to our producer, Scotty, while you guys were jabbering about drone strike, something very close to my heart. It is literally like I am in a Cracker Barrel right now with the warmth I'm feeling in this conversation. And, of course, I was talking
an actual Cracker Barrel, though, not the restaurant.
Not the restaurant, the actual barrel.
Like a barrel of crackers.
Oh, my God, the warmest place on earth. Get in. And I was talking to my producer, and Scotty said, we're all really worried about you taking the industries away. Honestly, I'm really worried about who's going to fix my drones. Let's say, one goes haywire, God forbid, and takes out an entire school. Who's going to fix that? It's got to be Muskberg, and it's got to be in town. So our mayor, David Lee Roth, has agreed to come on the air in the next segment to talk about you leaving, and he's going to try to convince you to stay.
Oh, wow. Well, I am flattered by that. That is
With
really...
incentives.
Oh, and any ideas about what kind of incentives he's discussing here?
Well, I mean,
He's
honestly,
a wild card. Mayor David Lee Roth is a wild card. Who
From
knows
Van
what he can
Halen to city government, he is quite the wild card. So we don't really know, but he makes the laws. In Val Verde, there is absolutely no discussion. Whatever he thinks and he signs it, done. So we can get that done, Elaine.
Which I will say does show the problems of the American capital system right now. If you're getting getting so oppressed because you can't just oppress your workers. I mean, we have some of the most lax laws here, and even with the laxest minimum wage law in all of America and the laxest labor laws, you're still getting oppressed. And yeah, Scotty, is laxist the word or is it laxative?
Oh, Jesus. Elaine, we're going to take a quick break because we do have to go over to traffic, but stay tuned. We're going to have the mayor in here very, very soon, and we're going to get to the bottom of this because, damn it, I'm not going to lose this business for my city, Val Verde. You hear
amazing.
me?
Thank you.
I am not going to lose this business for Val Verde. So we'll do that coming up in a second. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is traffic.
108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart.
Wow, buzz. You hear that? Buzz. That's right. Either Val Verde is currently being attacked by bees, or we have a beekeeper in the streets of Val Verde kicking ass. Either way, it's leading to traffic. Yep. Down on Hog Street, all the way up to Jerry Cantrell Way, and down to Melissa Auf der Mar Avenue. We have gridlock, the lights of which Val Verde has not seen in quite a while. Well, not since the last time a beekeeper visited our fair town. Now, I'm going to assume some old people have been getting ripped off lately, having their life savings stripped online by a bunch of dudes wearing loudly printed shirts with gold chains and working for some vague company like Intertech Corp. All because a bunch of elderly folk were scared of losing pictures of their family on their computer. They gave away access to everything. Well, don't we know how that goes? And that in response, a member of a shadowy maybe government, maybe privately funded protection unit, squad, agency, whatever it is, simply known as the Beekeepers, has shown up to protect the hive. The hive being Val Verde. And in order to do that, they just end up kicking ass nonstop. Now, I'm only guessing because we have multiple giant nondescript office complexes that have been blown up, bodies that have had shotguns shoved in their necks and fingers cut off littering the streets. And for some reason, Jeremy Irons keeps calling into the station saying, if a beekeeper wants you dead, you are dead. Now, please, Mr. Irons, please stop calling. We know. This has happened so many times in Val Verde. Not only do we have lax tax laws enabling many companies to start up here that exist only to steal from old people online, but we also have many dumb, gullible citizens of Val Verde ready to give up their passwords at the drop of a hat. And between you and me, I think the beekeepers might be located right in Val Verde, because we do have some of the best honey in the land. And we do have an inordinate amount of people that die by having their necks snapped. So people, you might want to stay at home until this beekeeper gets rid of the hornets. The hornets being bad guys he wants to murder. And you might want to stop giving out your social security numbers, just saying. And definitely watch out for anyone that looks like Jason Statham. And that's been traffic from the Bert's Funeral Flowers traffic desk on 108.9 The Hawk. I'm Art Spart.
With Bert's Funeral Flowers, with Bert's Funeral Flowers.
Whoa.
My God. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, businesses are just dying in our community right now.
We're having a lot of issues. We're going to get to the bottom of it. David Lee Roth, Elaine Muskberg coming up. And when you got the mayor coming in, you got to play his entry song. It's Running with the Devil on 108.9 The Hawk.
Hello, this is Jeff the Anger Man Garlock with an official 108.9 The Hawk PSA. Hey, rock documentaries, can you do us all a solid and cut down your runtime? Now, if you're like me, you're gonna watch every rock documentary that comes out. But you're also tired of watching 4 parts that end up not giving you that much information on the band. Now, do you really think I needed 4 episodes of Thank You Goodnight, the John Bon Jovi story, to let me know that John Bon Jovi seems miserable being John Bon Jovi? God, no. Hell, it only took Rush 107 minutes and Beyond the Lighted Stage to let you know they are a great band and have gone through a lot. So Rock Docs, do us a solid and get your head out of your butts and cut down that runtime. And that's been Geoff the Angry Man Garlock with a 108.9 The Hawk PSA. We've got your ass covered.
Hi, this is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, and you're listening to
108.9 The Hawk.
Whoa! It's Farmer Dan, down here at Shetland Creameries. Now that the cattle and I have come to terms that we can both agree on and live with and work together, we both want to invite you down to Shetland Creameries for our new summer spectacular, the Sweet Steam of Cream Summer. You know, when you're churning that cream out and the steam comes off, it wafts up into your nose. Things could get a little erotic, but they don't, because you gotta focus on making the Colby. Well, that's the kind of thing we want you to experience right here at Shetland Creamery during the Sweet Steam of Cream extravaganza. The corn maze is back up and operational. So far, no hellgates. So go on in. We'll keep it open for the rest of the year. Doing cheese making classes. You come up, say, sure would like to make a Monterey Jack. And then I say, sit your ass down in the chair in the back, because I'm going to teach you how to make it at Shetland Creameries. For way over 40 years, we've been bringing all the dairy needs to the greater Verde Valley. We're going to keep doing it forever. I am immortal at Shetland Creameries. Come sniff the steam of cream.
We're an American band. Woo-hoo. And we're an American radio station at 108.9 The Hawk. But I tell you, it feels like we're not going to be able to be singing "We're an American Band" or "We're an American Radio Station" if we're losing Muskberger.
If we're sending, it's Muskberg.
Muskbergery.
Show some goddamn respect.
I'm so sorry.
This is
I'm so sorry.
number 1 on the Forbes list of people who drone. I was number 3. You know how much I would love to be number 1 on the Forbes people who drone list 2024? It's my dream.
Not with
my
Muskberg
only
here,
dream.
I'll tell you that right now.
You know what? I am sorry, Elaine, for all of this. But you know what? We're a little worried because how can we be an American radio station? How can we be an American town if you're sending all our workers to the moon?
I mean, Wisp asked the same exact question that I asked already. And he
Has that
puts
been
in his
asked
own
yet?
tone.
Elaine, has that been asked?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Oh my God! See, we're already losing it.
Yeah, we shouldn't have
Already
asked it
losing
twice.
it because
So the moon.
Yeah.
Why?
So the moon is a really amazing place in, the new kind of like entrepreneurial space. Some of our top thought leaders have been talking about the moon for a while. And, the thing about the moon is it has the terrain of the moon as well as, the legal situation on the moon has several advantages for the modern tech entrepreneur. Let's look first at the terrain. So it's impossible to grow any food on the moon.
Good luck.
You can't grow your own food. You can't go to the grocery store. So what we have is a workforce that is entirely dependent upon us to provide food, which gives, an extraordinary amount of leverage to the contemporary CEO, which is what we want. So we don't see these rebellions that we have in Val Verde, Another thing about the moon is it's not accessible by public transit.
Yes,
people really cannot get there without us. So what we have there is the situation where we can carefully manage our employees' social relationships, their associations, who they're talking to, definitely, prevent like the horrific potential of any sort of labor organizing in the future, or, even kind of controlling their romantic relationships. On the moon, I think what we're going to have is a system of like enforced polyamory where
now we're talking.
Yeah, where like everybody, we have 8 or 9 people dating one, what you could call, some people call it tech bro, 8 or 9 people for every.
Now, I do have to interject here.
Sounds good to me. Cake stand.
All right,
oh, man.
Cake stand, our dirtbag sidekick over in the corner there. When you say tech bro, I know that Muskberg Industries has a whole new idea for tech bro because your tech bros are human from the up, but robot from the down. Am I correct?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, that's definitely, we've had some challenges, making a realistic, what we like to call a mechanical PP.
I was going to say P. That was my guess.
Yes, technical terms.
Yes, I love it.
Some of our competitors are working in the mechanical wee space.
Who's going to get there? It's basically like the space race now. The mechanical wee race is Russia going to do it first? They better not, man.
This is like the Cola Wars all over again.
It really is. Now, how close are you? I don't want you to give out any secrets here on the Geoff and Whisp Show, 108.9 The Hawk. Good morning, Val Verde. It is 6:15. I don't want you to give away any secrets, but are you close to getting that? It's like finding the Ark of the Covenant for mechanical wee-wees.
Don't look at it. Our competitors are doing mechanical wee-wees. We are doing mechanical PPs, right?
Oh, there's the difference. God, I was never good at
We're not tech bros, and we're not genius CEOs.
I'm human.
Yeah.
I have a real wee and PP.
Oh, I have no.
I think what we have developed, without giving away too many trade secrets here, is some of the most realistic tinkling outside of a human body that has been seen in the invention. Yeah,
put it on the box.
That poke quote, Scotty.
You gotta put it on the box there.
Yeah.
Because that's the key. It's like when people are like, "Is this a robot down below?" It's like you look at how that tinkle goes. And you're just like, is it dripping out sometimes? Is it maybe like getting on their underwear every now and then because you thought you were done, but then it isn't? I mean, you got to get these details right, and you get it. That's the thing. The wee bros are not figuring this out. The PP bros are all about it.
I think where we're at with it at this point is, in the mechanical PP, we almost have kind of too direct of a stream at this point, whereas with like a human tinkling, you really see kind of an off and on, sometimes a missed aim. And I think the next stage,
you need a me, myself, and Irene situation.
You guys put a
Jim
camera
Carrey
on
just
me?
got two streams shooting out.
You guys got a research camera in my bathroom in Turlington Manor because seriously, you are talking about what I do. Now, I want to go to Val Verde Baseball Stadium.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
And I want to be standing at urinal number 5. It's the one I go in every time. And I want a tech bro to be urinating next to me. And I don't want to be like, is that mechanical? I've heard that it sounds so real, I will not be able to detect it at Val Verde Baseball Stadium.
Yeah, and I think that is a realistic possibility at this point. If you really look at the stream and you see, kind of a really strong, uninterrupted, direct stream, that could be our work at this point. But I think soon you won't be able to tell.
And I feel like you've realized what Jimmy Cameron didn't realize in the Terminator franchise.
What's that?
Is that you gotta, if you're gonna have that T-800, you gotta just have it below the belt.
Yeah.
Because if you get, then you get the top half, then you're not gonna be fooling anybody, but you're also not gonna be starting a worldwide war unless you want to. And do you want to start a worldwide war of the man versus machines?
Were you trying to start a worldwide war with man versus machines?
Would you like to start a worldwide war?
Did we ask the same question twice again?
We did it again. We got to stop asking
Scotty,
the same question twice.
You got to tell us not to do it because I think it threw Elaine off. You got to tell us to stop.
Yeah, I think that, insofar as Muskberg Industries' position on worldwide wars, we really look at the history of the 21st century, and we do see, worldwide wars. And we really feel like the next stage for us and for humanity, of course, when I say humanity, I am including our robot members as well. We see, kind of interplanetary war potential.
Ooh, hell yes.
We feel like we're not limited to wars that are, located necessarily on.
They're so boring. They're so boring. Yes.
My God, World War I, World War II, we get it. We all have sequelitis.
Put it in space.
Yeah, it's I think that we look at the kinds of situations that we've seen of really just the destruction of major landmarks. Obviously, a lot of people unfortunately passed away.
Oh God!
But
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, we think that these situations, these wars have had such a negative impact by having them just on the earth, and we're looking to, I think really spread out the destruction. So it's not hitting any one area just, too hard.
I don't know. Yeah. I have to pause there, Elaine.
Sorry,
I don't know if you hear that laughter,
this is great
but
stuff.
It sounds like we have Scotty, is it true? Okay, we've got a signal coming directly from Mayor Mansion here in Val Verde. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, our mayor, Mayor Lee Roth. Welcome, sir. Welcome. All right.
Go for it. Take a shot. Take a shot. People live their life in fear, and then they wonder why the world is caving in on them, and their wife left, and on and on and on.
Oh, on and on and on. It's so good to have you here. Now, Mayor, I don't know if you've been listening. Do you listen to the Geoff and Whisp show? Did you listen at all this morning?
You read about it. Now see the video.
Okay, I don't know what that even means. You saw the video. I didn't know that existed. But okay, so anyway, Elaine Muskberg is here, and Muskberg Industries accounts for probably a good 60% of the economy here in Val Verde. And I got to tell you, she's thinking about taking it to the moon. What do you think about that? Any words of maybe to convince her to keep it right here in good old Val Verde?
Sing the chorus, and I'm the three chicks in the background going shoop shoop, and the trombone player.
What do you think?
He does make a good point.
Your trombone player could that, if we brought what he refers to as three chicks and a trombone player, if we brought that out and had that in front of your factory every day playing, they're doing shoop shoops. The trombone player's just like the whole time. Would
yeah. Interestingly, we did consider bringing in a full marching band to play, loudly to demoralize our workers that way.
This could be perfect. It's free and it's on. We're paying. The city's paying for it.
Taxpayers will pay for it.
And now, the mayor's here, Elaine, and he wants to have a conversation with you. So I'm going to go ahead, Mayor, and you go ahead and talk to Elaine here, and you guys figure things out. We're just going to be here, and we're going to pay attention and mediate. Here we go.
They come in with a lot of bitterness. They come in with a lot of problems.
He's here with a lot of bitterness and a lot of problems. Wow, I guess we're translating, if that's what we are doing for you.
Yeah, I can see that. I know it is, obviously really devastating to lose, jobs from an area that is, highly dependent on them, given the, sort of loser character of Val Verde. The thing that we're really looking at here is, I think that there's a few kind of situations that make it difficult for us to do business, not just in Val Verde, but really anywhere on planet Earth. I think that the first one, as we've discussed, is a labor situation. We have labor laws, most places on planet Earth, not everywhere. In some of our sweatshops, the labor laws are lax, but then, we get in trouble. Everyone cries. People can, I think, see what's happening. Whereas on the moon,
in terms of hours and responsibilities that are heaped upon them, or that they heap upon themselves through excess, laziness, sloth, egotism.
He's right there with you.
He's on board.
Exactly. I do feel like the mayor understands the situation. But it's just really like.
And listen how I talk. Where do you think I learned this kind of rhythm? I have a surgically implanted disco beat, man.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting idea to discuss, surgical implantation. We haven't really thought of that. We did explore the idea of a microchip in our workers' brains to kind of reduce that desire for
smacks of a little bit of homework and a lot of finesse and even more than that.
Yeah, the problem there is not so much that we are not capable of implanting a microchip. It's more that, I think,
Go for it. Take a shot. Take a shot. shot. People live their life in fear, and then they wonder why the world is caving in on them, and their wife left, and on and on. And
okay, Mayor Lee Roth, are you saying they should be putting implants into all of their workers now?
Or whether it's your business, or whether it's your car, or whatever it is, you go for it.
Yeah, I hear where the mayor's coming from. I don't, I do want to note that because I am a strong woman, I do feel that the mayor keeps cutting me off and interrupting me.
It would take a very, very strong woman to deal with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will note that I do think that some sexism is playing out here. I think a woman can be a tyrannical leader as well, that is equally capable of demoralizing and brainwashing her workforce. And it's not just about the labor laws or even the people that would forget about them if we implemented
it's like acid flashbacks. Each one's got the same thing: chick dancing in a cage, chick in a cage. There's another girl in
Mayor
it.
David Lee Roth, we appreciate you might have to leave because you really are.
We're gonna have to cut off the feed there, Scotty, because honestly, I don't think you guys are seeing eye to eye on this. And if anything, this is gonna worsen the situation.
If there's one thing you don't want to start getting into with David Lee Roth is his feelings on females.
It's complicated. I mean, we have considered drone striking the mayor at various points.
Really, I have too.
Yeah, I don't think that it would really get us down to the heart of the issue, which beyond the labor laws that
the heart of the matter, as Don Henley would say.
Yes, exactly.
That's a rock joke.
Yeah, or it's not just the labor law situation. Either workers directly wanting them, or other people feeling bad for them for not having those laws. We're looking at a tax structure in almost every country on earth, even here in Val Verde, where generally it's a company paying taxes to a government. And even when we are able to, avoid those completely, as we have been able to for the past, many years at this point.
Because you've paid $5 last year in taxes. That's incredible.
God, can I just say, on behalf of all Val Verde, thank you.
Yes,
it is $5, and some would note that that's not very much.
A lot of people would, but not us, because we're on your side.
But we're really looking to kind of expand to a situation where the workers are paying taxes directly to a company like Muskberg Industries, right?
Oh God, they're paying you. They're paying you because they have to on the moon. They'd have to on the moon. They would have to on the moon. Elaine, we're going to come right back. Hold it right there because we've got a lot of great thoughts here. Mayor is pissed, apparently. He keeps calling Scotty. We're going to find out about that. But hey, if you want to get a job down at Muskberg Industries, head down there and you could get an implant in your head. And if you do get an implant in your head, that would make you a machine head. It's Bush on 108.9 The Hawk. Hi, this is Jason Gore with your 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar, brought to you by Flemington Laxatives. Flemington Laxatives. Let us work those bowels. On the 14th, the Old Men New Metal Tour rolls into Val Verde with all your favorite new metal greats, such as Korn, Il Nino, Carnival, Vapor Rub, Zebra Head, Spine Shank, Gut Shot, Puber's Tease, The Money Shots, Wargasm, Stranger Danger, All Poon Men, and Headliners Limp Bizkit. You can get into that show for free with your Val Verde County Fair bracelet or extra large necklace. On the 15th, get your laugh on with the 108.9 The Hawk Comedy Nights out at Dingbats. All your favorite local comics will be there. Stella Nees, Sleaze Hampton, Big Joey Tuna Mells, and your headliner, Crank Faster. And finally on the 17th, the Rolling Stones roll into the Val Verde and Normo Dome to play nothing but the songs from the Steel Wheels album. You'll find yourself in a rock and a hard place trying to decide whether or not to see this show. And don't worry, because you won't be the only one with mixed emotions about this decision. And that's been the 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar, brought to you by Flemington Laxatives. Flemington Laxatives will make you go on the floor. Jesus. Really? Well, I mean, I read it, so we'll still get paid. I'm Jason Gore.
Over 100 various knives of different shapes and sizes. A Highlander replica katana blade swung wildly around. And a Princess Diana beanie baby. No, this isn't the collection of a serial killer. Buy all of this and more every 3:45 a.m. on the Shopping Home Network. Only on Channel 8. Your home for great shit.
Oh, God, thank you, Scotty, for playing the classic rock. When I like classic rock, I love Lit. Oh, they're so good. My own worst enemy. Right here on 108.9 The Hawk. That's the new classic rock.
The new classic rock. You see that pompadour, you see those fuzzy dice, and you say, this is classic rock.
Oh, my God. And we're still here with the one and only Elaine Muskberg, and we're begging her not to take our work to the moon. Do you think maybe just skyball in here could,
skyball it.
What if we just built a bridge from Val Verde to the moon, and we'll just annex the moon and say it's part of us, but no laws?
Yeah, that is an interesting idea. We have explored that. I think the reason that we opted not to do it is because I think for our moon idea to really succeed in the way that it's designed to, it's really important that the moon be, one, inescapable. And two,
right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and two, a place where we're really able to create our own company culture.
It's so important.
We see people really engaging with the, philosophy of our business, pay taxes directly to us.
Right.
We feed you. You are dependent on us for everything.
What are
the relationships we say that you're going to have, and you transition into a mechanical PP.
Can't wait
for these reasons, we've decided that we really need, I think, like a kind of hard break with Val Verde. That said, I'm extremely sympathetic to the situation. Good people of Val Verde that will certainly experience an economic loss as a result. Yeah,
you thought it was tough out there right now. It's gonna get worse.
Good God.
Yeah, and I think that because of that, like we have certainly, we are prepared to take some steps to ease the suffering of the people of Val Verde, and we are willing. I think it's still in discussion, but what's looking like
people
it's
say to me, Dave.
What?
Now you made number one. Now you're getting up there at the top. How does it feel? And I've
cut him off, Scotty.
Wait,
cut him off.
Scotty, that's coming from the moon? Really? Uh-oh. I hate to say it, Elaine Muskberg, but Mayor Lee Roth just took over the moon.
What? Wait,
you don't work music. You work an Atari game. You work a computer or a typewriter. You don't work a guitar. You play it.
Mayor David Lee Roth doesn't let anything go.
With a sword in one hand and a torch in the other.
Okay, he's got a sword in one hand and a torch in the other.
This is certainly
I gotta stand up.
News. I don't like this at all.
Mayor Lee Roth, if you're listening to us, it is our good friend Randall, the man that I work with at Muskberg Industries. Can you tell what did you do to him on the moon? Because I know he's up there and he's a good man. Has anything happened to Randall?
What we did is we dragged him up close to a flame that burns for 20,000 people a night.
Oh, I guess that means Randall's gone.
Randall's gone. He's murdered by Mayor David Lee Roth, and feels like he's also murdered your plan. We have a true innovator here, I gotta say, and Mayor David Lee Roth just can't let anything go. He's just,
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I do think that it is very demoralizing when I come on this podcast.
I know,
as a woman, present my very particular ideas about how to exploit a workforce, and then a man immediately steals them. I mean, that's like sexist.
Okay. Now your laser army. I'm looking at the feed from the moon right now, and it is so fucking sexist what's happening right now. But I got to say, your army's down on the moon. He just literally sorted through all of them. Every single one. And he's just laughing.
All the peens are gone.
He's just laughing. Well, looks like you're going to have to stay in Val Verde after all, Elaine, because it seems like the moon's been annexed.
The
moon has been annexed by Val Verde.
this is outrageous. It is sexist. It's biphobic. I'm also bisexual.
I gotta stand up.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't.
This
I don't think he knows what to
biphobic,
believe.
sexist act of annexing the mood simply because I, as a bisexual woman, was good enough to give the people of Val Verde forewarning about our plans to move. It's simply disgusting what the mayor has done.
I feel disgusted.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
Mayor Lee Roth, any final words on what you have done to Elaine Muskberg today?
That is the essence of rock and roll.
Hey, this is terrible.
You just got rocked and rolled, Elaine, and I hate to say it.
Yeah, I mean, we
You
do
got
have
rocked.
options at this point. We can
You got
move on
rolled.
to our plans for Mars, or possibly the sun. Moving our workers directly to the sun, which will obviously require, I think, really expensive and extensive heat suits.
He's basically a space ghost now, though. He lives, he's protecting outer space and Val Verde from your move specifically. I don't think you have ever made a greater enemy like so many of the enemies that you've made throughout the time getting to the top. I understand that. But
Sure,
David Lee Roth, good God.
Well, luckily we have workers at the plant in Val Verde that can, be mobilized to start a mercenary army that can take down the mayor. I think,
The motto I always followed, which my daddy told me, was, Dave, it's not whether you win or lose. It's not how much money you made. It's not who you convinced of what. It's how good you looked.
I gotta say,
you hear it
he
here
looks pretty
first. I mean,
goddamn good on the moon. Oh, maybe better luck next time, Elaine Muskberg. Hey, we're still fans.
I'm
We're
putting
still
my
fans.
numbers on your mercenary army. I'm going to say it right now.
Numbers. Can we get those numbers in, Scotty, on her mercenary?
Talk to my
army?
bookie, because I'm betting on you, Muskberg.
Terrible.
We'll have you back on and figure out what's going on soon. But thank you so much for talking to us on the Geoff and Whisp show about all this. Oh, my God. And Skeet Ulrich is coming up in the next hour. And what is he talking about? A drone army. Oh, come on, Skeet.
Skeet. It's like you don't listen to what
you don't
we're
listen to.
about
It's
before.
like you're just like the mayor. You don't listen.
You don't listen.
Christ. You know what? I'm so torn up by this whole thing. I got to hear it again. And we're
new
hearing it
classic
again.
rock.
It's lit right here on 108.9 The Hawk. And welcome, Kate, to 108.9 The Hawk.
Hello.
Oh, my God. I was saying during the break, because when we record this, we record it in 3 segments, and we have a commercial break that we'll put the commercials in after the fact, but it gives us a little chance just to talk and laugh about how insane it's going. But I was saying to Kate during the last break, like, you perfectly embodied every one of those workers, or like Elizabeth Holmes. Whenever she was interviewed, she was just saying words, and all of these words combined like a jigsaw puzzle in a way where it's just like, oh, that's great. I see the picture. You make perfect sense. Like, yes, I hope you get Mechanical P working.
Yeah.
I hope your workers pay you taxes.
I hope. My God, that was an absolute blast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on the show. You have a brand new special out.
Yeah,
called
dude, it's called
Loopholes.
Loopholes. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
was trying to do
I
reverse
don't know.
sexism
Yeah.
as retribution for the mayor's comments.
Exactly.
I literally chose some of the worst. I go through all of these different David Lee Roth clips. Like you take any David Lee Roth interview clip to make the clips out, and there's at least 400 of the most insane things you're ever going to hear in your life. Things that you can just choose. And some of them work perfectly. Some of them you're just like, what is he even saying? I don't know. I don't even know how that worked in the interview's context. But yeah, Loopholes is out, and it's so funny. It is so good.
Thank you.
Where can people? It's on Prime Video. It's on Apple. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, those are
Everywhere.
the places. Yeah.
Okay. How was it? Now, this was, I guess, a post-pandemic. I mean, if you can say post-pandemic, we're still kind of in it, basically. But how was it getting on stage and doing a post-pandemic special like that? I'm sure it's pretty cathartic.
Yeah, it felt really good. I didn't perform for like almost a year, except for some, park shows here and there during 2020. And then in 2021, like mid 2021, I started touring again, and that felt great. And I shot the special, towards the end of 2022, and it was definitely fun to do it,
Yeah, just nice to like get back out and, feel normal again. Like
yes.
I was living in New York in 2021. We moved out here to Los Angeles in July of 2021. And I did one show because I had a one-man character show called Jason Gore's Midlife Crisis that I had been doing at UCB Hell's Kitchen until they shut it down. Like I performed on the very last night of UCB in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
And then I did it one last time in New York at Caveat in June 2021. And just getting on stage after the year that 2020 was and feeling an audience and just being around people and hearing laughter is just one of the best feelings. And I could feel that from you watching your special, just like everybody was so happy to be in that room.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely felt that. And thank you so much. I really appreciate your taking the time to watch it.
Oh,
yeah. I also was in like a really annoying relationship during the pandemic. So there was part of me that was like very glad to just get to do sick burn. Like, okay,
it's sick burn time.
This special took a while to come out because of like the writer's strike and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm almost ready to shoot another one, which is going to be completely different than this one. Been exploring religion a lot more so than like this special. I think is very focused on like sex and relationships. Yeah. But I've been exploring a few different themes, and I hope listeners check it out and like it. I also tour a lot in real life, and I'm probably coming to your city soon. I'm going to Denver, Fort Collins. I'll be all over California this August, Boston in July. So please follow me on Instagram at kate.willett, and that is where I post all my tour dates.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Kate, thank you so much for doing the show. We absolutely loved having you on. This was a blast.
Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Hey, thank you very much for listening to 108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Jeff Garlock. This is Greg Lemon Sour giving you the dustiest grooves. And I'm telling you this, you gotta keep listening every single Monday because we're gonna be bringing you a new episode on the free feed. And if you need more, if you need some deep cuts, then go to our Patreon, patreon.com/1089 The Hawk, where maybe you'll even get Greg Lemon Sour talking about television. Ooh, if that doesn't suck you in, I don't know what will. But until then, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Are we good? Are we okay?